So, big news that broke shortly before we began the program. The Justice Department chose Friday afternoon in August to release the audio and transcript of Ghislaine Maxwell's interview with the Deputy Attorney General. And it's damn interesting. And we're going to play a lot of it for you as we cue that up. But let me make one thing clear from the top. Ms. Maxwell and I don't know how much we have in common, but we have one thing in common for sure. Neither of us believes that Jeffrey Epstein died by suicide. She made that clear in the interview, and I don't believe he did either. That's just my point of view. But anyway, so we're going to get through a bunch of stuff. I'm going to run through some headlines in a moment, and then we're going to get our guests in. We're going to play some of this Maxwell sound when it's ready of her long interview. I mean, the thing was 8 hours, so we're not going to play all 8 hours for you. That'd be silly in an hour show. Even I can do that math. And then we're going to take your questions, comments. And then again, we're going to talk to Stephen Klubeck later in the show. Let me run through some news beyond the Maxwell audio and transcript. Mr. Bolton, as most of you probably know, because you've got phones, his house was searched this morning by the Justice Department, the FBI. John Bolton seemingly being investigated for the question of whether he leaked classified information. Other thing I need to tell you about the Maxwell interview that's getting attention so far as people go through it is she says she never saw Donald Trump in, quote, any inappropriate setting. So the Bolton home was searched. We still don't have the search warrant at this hour. Not really clear why, but both the president and J.D. Vance talked about that. We'll talk about that. The Kilmar, Abrego Garcia released to his family, but he may well be deported. That happened today. Lots going on with the Fed. Powell spoke in Jackson Hole and said that tariffs were causing some inflation, but maybe he would cut rates. The stock market boomed on that. And the president said that Ms. Cook on the Fed, that if she doesn't quit, he's going to fire her. And of course, there's some question about whether he can fire her. So we'll talk about that. Have I missed anything? Let me see. I don't think so. Okay. So stand by in just a moment.
You can play a clip if you want.
Yeah, let's play one. Let's play one clip. What is this? Let's get one in before we move on. Go ahead.
2 minutes.
So you think he did not die by suicide, given all the things we just talked about?
I do not believe he died by suicide, no.
And do you believe that, do you have any speculation or view of who killed him?
No, I don't.
And I ask that because if you don't believe that there's any truth to the allegations of blackmail or that he had kind of a list or that he had reasons to have people hate him, why would somebody kill him in prison?
In prison, where I am, they will kill you, or they will pay, somebody can pay a prisoner to kill you for $25 worth of commissary is about the going rate for a hit with a lock today.
So that goes to the third reason, which is kind of the mismanagement,
yes,
or the shortfallings or shortcomings of the Bureau of Prisons.
Yes.
Which is a little bit different than my question is, which is, do you think there's somebody on the outside of prison, so putting aside what could happen on the inside, on the outside of prison, who wanted him dead so badly that he would have, or she would have, caused him to be killed on the inside?
I think I don't see that. I think, is it possible? Of course it's possible, but I don't know of any reason why, and I don't believe in the blackmail or in any of this. I don't think Epstein had a hit like that. If it is indeed murder, I believe it was an internal situation.
So I've read a lot about this, and as I already said, I'm very skeptical that he killed himself. This is a different theory. Maybe some of you have read it because you're more widely read on this than I am. But the notion that he was killed, because somebody wanted some Slim Jims from the commissary, rather than that he was killed because of anything related to his criminal activity separate. So interesting. Again, there's plenty more. We'll play more for you as we queue it up.